What's up, guys? The December patch for Back 4 Blood is actually leaked, and we're going to take a look at that right now. Starting off with this developer note, the December 2021 update is focused on bringing some new, highly anticipated features to you, as well as taking a pass at improving the experience with our veteran and nightmare difficulties. Big changes there. Various adjustments to our card system, Ridden spawning systems, weapons, and cleaners detailed below contribute towards these difficulty improvements. Also, follow along at the Trello board. If you guys haven't figured that out already, they do have a Trello board that keeps up to date with everything. So new features, offline campaign with progression, new supply lines, roving merchants, which is a time-limited track added that provides new unlocks to spend supply points on. I think that's going to be the holiday event themed things that you can unlock stuff. There's a new card type called burn cards. A new card type added that is available through the roving merchant supply lines. This card type can be played in each safe room to gain temporary effects like instant healing, currency boosts, increased resistance, and more. There's also a holiday season event, holiday decorations added to Fort Hope and the firing range. Now, I think the burn cards you can spend points on at the supply lines and then use inside the safe rooms just like one time. I think the burn cards are like a one-time use, kind of just something extra to spend your extra supply points on, since a lot of people have them building up. I know I have like almost 20,000 with all the supply lines unlocked already. So, and then there's going to be some new non-burn cards. There's belt clip, increase quick slot inventory by 1. Utility belt increases quick slot inventory by 2 with a minus 10% damage dealt. And tool belts increases team quick slot inventory by 1, similar to the offensive and support cards that also do the exact same thing. Ridden practice area added to Fort Hope. Option added to play as Ridden while in Fort Hope to practice fighting and exploring mutation abilities. Bots that accompany the player in campaign are randomized. Ultra wide improvements, sweet. I have an ultra wide monitor, and I realized that whenever you're looking at character skins in the fort, they don't actually show all the way. It kind of cuts them off at their neck area. Stat tracking now enabled in training. And 2 huge bug fixes. They fixed offensive utility item duplications and fixed an exploit that allowed players to select one card instead of duplicates. Not exactly sure what that means. We're just going to keep scrolling here. Campaign updates. General developer note, we made the following changes to make the controls on PC feel more snappy. Increase player acceleration to 2100 from 1900. Break friction to 7 was 6.5. Player starts with max ammo when beginning a run, sweet. Cleaner hitboxes are more accurate, reducing accidental friendly fire, sweet. Aim assist when targeting armored commons is improved. Don't use a controller, aim assist is pointless. Let's see. Friendly fire damage no longer increases with each weapon tier. Sweet. Healing efficiency now improves temporary healing. Didn't actually know that it didn't affect temporary healing, so that's nice to know. Bots now keep their existing inventory and upgrade their weapons with each map. Made improvements to saving individual matchmaking settings in quick play, campaign, and training runs. Added clarification to the leave game prompt while in a party. Cool. Smoothed out player collision near the ogre spawn points. Alright. SWAT achievements now also grant the SWAT team title. Oh, also, we are grinding through SWAT as each character, and I think I'm going to put that on hold for a couple days until this releases, because they made a lot of changes. But if you guys need any help or need to watch any walkthrough for Nightmare mode, feel free to check out my channel. I've covered all of Angelo so far and working on Carly and Mom next. Hope to do all characters. Added 1 additional card draw to Acts 2 and 3. Sweet. Improve the navigation of large special ridden between the first and second objectives on clean sweep. Okay, I'm not sure what that means. The jukebox can no longer be damaged after the last bus is loaded on Barroom Blitz. Cool. Remaining research boxes will be highlighted after a certain amount of time has passed on T5. Improved navigation for special ridden inside the safe room on Garden Party. Not sure what that means. Made improvements to collision around the mortuary for ridden and cleaners on remnants. A friend in need. Okay. Adjusted the waypoint for the gate objective on Road to Hell. Oh man, I'm out of breath. Added additional spots for ridden to enter the quarantine area if the one-way door is closed on Road to Hell. Okay, not sure what exactly that means. I guess, yeah, I'm not sure what that means. Readjusted the appearance of an NPC in Heralds of the Worm Part 1 for consistency in campaign and training modes. Confirmation is now given immediately after reporting a player. Cool. Hopefully we won't have to report as many players with the duplication fix. Changes have been made to the credits. Ooh, I wonder what they did there. who'd they take out of the credits, or who'd they leave out initially that they just added. All right, so speed card updates. Lots of changes with speed cards. They nerfed speedrunning. Huge, big time. We noticed that the use of speedrunning decks was creating tension between players, as a single player would utilize a speedrunning deck to separate from the rest of their team to rush ahead and finish the level. We made the following changes to bring speedrunning more in line with the viability of other strategies and builds. So lots of card changes to speedrunning. Evasive, speed reduced to 15% from 20%. Mad Dash, stamina efficiency reduced to minus 40%, was minus 30%. Olympic Sprinter, damage resistance trade-off increased to negative or minus 7%, was minus 5%. Pep in your step, move speed bonus reduced to 8%, was 10%. Rhythmic breathing, stamina bonus reduced to 40%, was 60%. Rhythmic breathing also now plus 40% stamina. Removed drawback of minus 20% slow resist. Cool. Run like hell. Changed to remove the move speed buff for 3 seconds when getting hit. Run like hell also. Move speed bonus reduced to 12%, was 15%. Speed demon, move speed bonus reduced to 4%, was 6%. They just nerfed every speed card in this game for real. Stimulants, card refactors. So stimulants is completely different now. No longer gives move speed, now gives 20% stamina regen. Increased reload to 15%, was 10%. And increased swap speed to 15%, was 10%. Lots of speed card nerfs. They completely nerfed speedrunning in every way. Combat card updates. Okay, so from the developer, we received feedback that players did not feel that slow and steady combat was as viable as other strategies. Additionally, we wanted to balance speedrunning in general. We've refactored and buffed the following combat cards to make combat more viable. All right, make of this what you will. I'm going to speed through this. Cold brew coffee. Now ADS speed plus 25%, weapon swap plus 25%, use speed plus 25%, and reload speed plus 15%. Combat training, removed 50% bullet penetration, added plus 1 bullet stumble and plus 5 melee stumble. Also combat training, now plus 5% bullet damage and plus 25% bullet stumble. Not sure why it says added plus 1 bullet stumble and then there it says plus 25% bullet stumble. I'm not sure what's going on there. Energy drink, stamina reduced to 15%, was 40%. Jesus. Removed minus 5% damage resistance, added weapon swap plus 25%. Move speed while firing plus 15%. Cool. Slow resistance plus 10%. So energy drink is actually a little bit better now, honestly. Highwayman tooltip update to include all secondary weapons. Ammo chance increased to 3%, was 2%, and now has a chance to spawn Molotovs. Cool. Molotovs got a buff in this slightly. Large caliber rounds now plus 7.5% bullet damage. It says damage, not sure. Plus 200% bullet penetration, penalty removed. Line them up. Now range fall off plus 10%. Recoil control plus 15, bullet penetration plus 25%, ADS speed plus 25%. No longer requires ARs. Marathon runner no longer disables sprint. With the intent of this is to enable kiting. So marathon runner's actually a lot better now. Holy crap! No longer disables sprint. That's nice. Mugger ammo chance increased to 3%, was 2%, now has a chance to drop razor wire. Also, we're going to touch on razor wire. They made a big change there. We're going to touch on it later. Patient hunter reduced time per stack to 0.75, was 1 second. Power swap effect can no longer be stacked. For those of you who knew how to stack power swap with shotguns, can't do that anymore. Power swap, weapon swap window increased to 1 second, was 0.75. Power reload window is increased to 1 second instead of 0.75. Silver bullets now plus 10% bullet damage, plus 15% to range fall off, and penalty removed. Steady aim added a stacking buff while ADS that gives 10, 20, and 30% recoil reduction over 2.25 seconds. Tunnel vision added a stat that increases weak spot damage the longer the player's in ADS, 5, 10, and 15% over 2.5 or 2.25 seconds. Team ammo vendor card now also gives plus 1% increased damage. Cool. Okay, sure, whatever. Well fed they removed the 20% stamina efficiency. Healing card updates. Yeah, they made some big changes here too. In addition to the combat card buffs, we've made the following changes and buffs to healing cards. Fresh bandage, new must-have healing card. Now heals 15 health at the start of each level. Also, trauma recovery increased to 15 was 10. This was buffed to mitigate the loss of trauma heal on experienced MT. For those of you who knew how experienced MT secretly worked, they actually nerfed that. We'll touch on it later. Group therapy heal increased to 8 was 5. Life insurance, life reduced to 1 was 2. Now reduces team NCAP trauma by 15%. Sweet. And removed the copper loss. So it's free life insurance. Obamacare. Needs of the many. Health penalty reduced to -10 was -20%. Okay, cool. Needs of the many is now a little bit better to use. Nice to know. Okay. Pep Talk now gives 3 flat damage resistance from all sources while reviving and grants 10 health to the revived target. Safe room recovery, also now very nice. Now also heals 15 health and trauma recovery up to 7 was 5. This was buffed to mitigate the loss of trauma heal on experienced MT. Again, we'll touch on experienced MT here in a little bit. General card updates. The cards Share the Wealth, Box of Bags, Surplus Pouches, Experienced MT, and Safe Room Recovery no longer apply their effects an additional time after a team wipe. Okay, so that's a nice little bug fix. We identified a bug where a number of cards were applied more or not as intended after team wipe. Team ammo cards on the vendor now give a 1% damage increase. I already said that. Adrenaline fueled. Big change to the number 1 melee card I like to use. Says no longer gives bonus stamina, no longer reduced stam regen, no longer gives instant stamina, fueled stamina regen now stacks 5 times, and gives 7 stamina over 7 seconds. Ammo Mule no longer disables support items, sweet, but lowers movement speed by 5%, rip. Bounty Hunter, updated text to mention contributing team kills, sweet. Experienced MT, bonus health reduced to 10% instead of 20%, now also increases stamina and stamina regen 10%. Okay, so they changed Experienced MT to make it nowhere near as effective as it was. Card was refactored to make it usable in more situations. So it was nerfed in hopes of being used more. Don't know. Kind of sucks that they got rid of the trauma thing. I thought it was neat and kind of little secret there with Experienced EMT is really nice to use that as a speedrunner and just pop some pills and get rid of trauma at the end of a level. But whatever. Okay, we're going to be using fresh bandage instead of Experienced EMT now, so that's cool. Whatever. Oh, yeah, so Experienced EMT no longer heals trauma. Due to the bug fix where this card was applying its effect more than intended, this ended up healing trauma, which was not intended. We have buffed other cards such as Fresh Bandage or Safe Room Recovery to mitigate this change, as well as adding a free first aid cabinet recharge to Nightmare. We're going to touch on that a little bit more in a minute, but holy crap. We are going to look at the changes they made to Recruit, Veteran, and Nightmare. All very huge. Nightmare just got a lot easier. Like I said, if you guys need any help for progressing through Nightmare as any certain character, check out the channel. I'm making a whole playlist on just that. Energy bar, stamina regen increased to 30%, was 20%. Cool. Hyper focused made a little change. Adjusted penalty to minus 40% move speed while shooting or melee attacking, which it was minus 75% ADS move speed only. Now it's while shooting or melee in general. Wooden armor no longer increases explosion damage taken. Sweet. Wooden armor just got a little bit more useful with that, because that was a big reason as to why I didn't use that. Because explosion damage is a big deal for me, as I like to speed run with grenades and throw the grenade in a jiffy at my feet. And if I was rocking wooden armor while doing that, it just wouldn't really work out very well now, would it? Corruption card updates. Big change here that is going to change a lot of things. Corruption boss cards will no longer appear at the start of an act, so you don't have to freaking do a freaking boss card on every mission. These cards were causing a difficulty spike in all difficulties. We want players to have more time to prep for bosses in later chapters. Holy crap. Hag will no longer spawn with the Fog Corruption card. Also a big boss update there. It's pretty nice to know. So, let's see. The developer note that says the Hag was stacking with boss objectives, causing a difficulty spike in all difficulties. And we don't like difficulty spikes, do we? Fog's maximum density reduced for Gloom and the Fog Corruption cards. Breakers removed from all difficulties of bookworms, so no more breakers in the library. Balance updates. All guns set to have the same aim assist snap length duration, which I believe it was like, I think it was like 0.1 sec. Oh yeah, it says it down. Aim assist now locks onto the center of sleeper base instead of the body. Aim snap time reduced to 0.1 seconds was 0.25. Made aim assist feel smoother when aiming at targets. Birds health reduced to 1 was 10, so you can burn birds now. Flash grenade damage reduced to 1 was 5. Cool, whatever. M16's damage increased to 16 was 14. Burst M9's damage increased to 12 was 10. Razor wire is now a quick slot item. Big change. Big change. Makes quick slot item upgrades a lot more useful. MP5 fire rate increased to 50%. Decreased functionality was not intended. The MP5 is now in line with expectations. 870 fire rate reduced to 0.4 was 0.55. Combat knife increased combat attack width. Lightweight stocks got a nerf. Blue attachment movement speed buff reduced to 0.75 was plus 10. And the purple attachment movement speed buff reduced to plus 10 was plus 15%. So, like I said, everything in this game that had to do with speed and speed running got nerfed, including our freaking attachments. Our freaking stock attachments. Nightmare and the shooting range in Fort Hope now multiply base friendly fire damage values by 2 times. Balance updates, difficulty specific. One of our goals this patch is to decrease the disparity between the various difficulties so there isn't as much as a jump from recruit to veteran and nightmare. Recruit player base damage resist increased to 25% was 20%. Continue currency bonus increased to 300 was 250. Continue heal bonus increased to 75 was 25. Holy crap. Continue trauma heal bonus increased to 25 was 20. Veteran rescaled friendly fire values. Sweet. Sleepers no longer call hordes in veteran mode. Big deal. Player base damage increased to 120% was 100%. Player base health increased to 115 was 100. I wish sleepers no longer called hordes in Nightmare 2, but I guess that's too much to ask for. Player base ammo capacity increased to 120% was 100%. Trauma heals per safe room plus 5 was 0, so you get a little trauma heal there. Nice. Continue currency bonus increased to 200 from 150. Continue heal bonus increased to 25 was 15. First aid cabinet free use increased to 2 was 1. Now you get 2 free freaking veteran heals. Nice. Nightmare. Rescaled friendly fire values. First aid cabinet free use increased to 1, so we get a free use in Nightmare. Special damage reduced by 35% from 75%. Holy crap. Common damage reduced by 50% was 100%. Holy crap. Nightmare extra trauma from NCAP reduced to 5 was 10. Nice. Reduced Nightmare stumble resist on Nightmare 25% was 40%. Reduced Nightmare special health buff to 7.5% was 15%. Okay, specials got a nerf to their health. All right. Continue currency bonus increased to 100. Now we get more currency bonus on continues. Continue heal bonus increased to 10 was 0. Sweet. A lot of continue bonuses here. Trauma heal bonus from continue increased to 5. Continue card draw bonus increased to 1. So we actually get a card draw on continues now. Continue ammo bonus increased to 15%. So continues actually give us a nice little bonus here to quite a few things. That's heal, trauma, card draw, currency, ammo. What else we got here? I am liking these changes to Nightmare. I am wondering what the new difficulty is going to bring, though. If they're nerfing Nightmare in this way, are they just going to bring it right back as a different name, or what's going to happen there? Extra in-cap trauma reduced to 7 was 10. Sweet. Spawning updates. During endless hordes and back-to-back hordes, all horde special ridden are limited to 2 of a given type and a maximum of 4. Cool. Okay, that's nice to know. We're not going to get overran by like 6 or 8 freaking specials. Added a horde special ridden cooldown. This helps avoid the doubling of specials when multiple hordes are triggered. Nice. Timed hordes made to have a longer minimum resume time of 60 seconds was 30, with the exception of custom events. If you triggered a horde while having a timed horde, it was possible to have the timed horde trigger too soon after the initial horde. Roaming special max count is now 4 instead of 6. Good to know. Limits the potential special counts in certain situations. Reduced chance for all tall boy variants on veteran and nightmare difficulties. Nice. Not sure what how much they reduced that chance, but freaking nice. Increased roaming special. Minimum spawn distance of 30 meters was 20 meters, so they can spawn a little further away now. And increased the wander special. Minimum spawn distance to 10 meters was 5 meters. Ridden AI updates. Most of the stuff from here is just a lot of bug fixes and small things, but we're going to touch on them anyway. Blighted Ridden no longer deal instant explosion damage when they die. Curious as to what the heck that means exactly. Does it have like a delayed explosion or just what? Special Ridden's defense against bullet penetration to weak spots has been reduced. Sleepers will more accurately connect with their targets. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. That can lean two ways. Sometimes you're too fast for the sleeper to catch you, and sometimes they get you from the side. So hopefully they stop getting you from the side. Tallboy and Bruiser hitboxes are more accurate, and their weak spots are easier to hit. Good. We cleaned up the Tallboy's hitboxes and made them easier to hit. It should now be possible to hit their weak spot from the front if you have a precise weapon. Good. The following changes make their attacks a bit more forgiving to dodge. Tallboy and Smasher overhead attack damage radius reduced to 200 units. Was 250. Nice. Okay. Shorter range on the Tallboy attacks. Tallboys have less ability to turn during a burst reversal. Decreased crush or squeeze attach distance for squeeze attack to 200 units was 300. Okay, sweet. Now they can't get you from as far away. Vomiter's effective range in meters decreased to 22 was 25. Tracking and ramp up time adjusted to work better. Vomiter will rotate slower and will track the target for slightly longer during vomit attack. Cool. Vomiter projectile spray starts at a lower velocity and ramps up to a max velocity over a longer period of time. Okay. That's actually a small change there, but noticeable. Exploder's explosion radius is now visible to the Ridden player. Not sure what the heck that even means, dude. Is that for Swarm or something? I don't know. With the following changes, the Hawker's ability should not be used as much, should be easier to dodge, and you should not take as much damage if an attack landed. So they actually nerfed stingers, Hawkers, stuff like that. Hawker pin projectile speed reduced to 2500 was 3500. Hawker miss cooldown increased to 8 seconds was 0, so no longer rapid firing if they miss. Hawker pin hit cooldown increased to 8 seconds was 2. Sweet, so if they hit you, they can't just shoot again in 2 seconds. They gotta wait 8. Hawker initial damage reduced to 5 was 10. Hawker damage over time increased to 3 was 2. Okay, Hag health reduced to 7500 was 8200. Hag weak spot multiplier increased to 2.25 was 2. Stinger projectile cooldown while perched increased. So when the Stinger was perched, there was no cooldown on her projectile, so she was able to rapidly attack cleaners. Sweet. On to Swarm PvP updates. For those of you who only play the game to kill each other violently and belligerently. General, facial icons now appear when Ridden players ping cleaners. Cool, nice to know. All cleaner dialogue for pinging special Ridden is now audible to the Ridden players. Survivor nameplates are visible to Ridden players. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I would like to know who's who as a Ridden. Card updates. Inspiring Sacrifice. Sound effects volume reduced when effect is active. Sweet, that was actually pretty loud. Added lever penalty warning pop-up in Fort Hope after leaving a PvP match. Cleaners now start each round with full ammo. Mutation points from players that disconnect are now redistributed to their remaining teammates. Big change, much needed. Each player's mutation points are now visible on their party frame, so you can now hold people accountable for not spending their freaking points. Hawker pin duration reduced back to 7 seconds. Hawker pin damage reduced initial damage to 5 was 10, increased the damage over time to 3 was 2. Controller updates that nobody cares at all about, because who the freak uses a controller except for the console people. But if you're on PC and you're using a controller, that's kind of weird. Cleaners being pursued by Hag will now see a corresponding screen effect to indicate this week, because I would be running away for it to just stop chasing me and me not realize it. Can now easily duplicate decks in the deck manager. Okay, cool. Camera smoothing duration has a slider added in the options menu. Field of view options slider separated for cleaners and written in the graphics options menu. Field of view settings better support ultra wide. Added an option to toggle blood, vomit, mud drench in the options menu. Oh, cool. So you can just get rid of the blood, vomit, and mud drench effects on your screen, apparently. I'm probably going to leave it just because it's a little more immersive that way, but nice to know. Okay, added an option to set audio input device. The mute all option is now toggled off automatically when you return to Fort Hope. Toggling VoIP on and off in options will disable the other voice-related options and volume sliders. Okay, improve the contrast and brightness of graphics on the Xbox Series X. Jukebox tracks are now controlled by the music slider instead of the SFX slider. So, problem for streamers and Barroom Blitz was that subtitles are off. Anyway, Barroom Blitz would give you copyright strikes, so now it's cool that you can just slide that off. Bug fixes. Fort Hope fixed an issue where players were not able to rejoin a private party from another player's Fort Hope. Fixed an issue where damage numbers did not appear after changing characters in Fort Hope. Blah 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 blah. Don't really care. We're going to move on to fixes in campaign cards. So they fixed Avenge the Fallen card, showing an infinite amount of items in the offensive slot when active. It's not just the offensive slot, dudes. It shows an infinite amount of items in the utility and support slots as well. Kind of weird. Sometimes I thought I had infinite pie bombs without duping, and I'd throw them, and then it disappeared. So that was a big oof. Fixed Blood Donor card, not playing its sound effects for the correct duration of time. Fixed Buckshot Bruiser, reducing normal heal when temporary health decayed over time. Not even sure. Reducing normal heal when temp health decayed over time. Okay, whatever. Fixed evasive action cards, effect not triggering when the player was stomped by an ogre. Usually on Nightmare, if you're stomped by an ogre, you're dead anyway, so evasive action doesn't matter. Field Surgeon card, not applying the proper amount of negative use speed. Life Insurance card, subtracting more copper than intended after team wipe. RIP. Money Grubbers card, having a discrepancy with the card values. Multi-tool card, not applying minus 5% damage resist. Rousing Speech, having an incorrect in-cap trauma resistance of 80% instead of 20%. Holy crap. That's huge. And, yeah, just a lot more bug fixes. A couple more minutes of bug fixes and crap like that. I really don't care to keep... This is like skins not showing up. Yeah, just kind of random. So some of it actually is going to matter. I don't see... There was one thing I was hoping to see, though, and that's in Swarm mode. All survivors not actually connecting, and they're only being... Like, there's going to be... Like, everyone's connected to the lobby, but only one cleaner will actually be able to run. That's happened to me a handful of times, and I hate it. There was one time where I was actually the only cleaner, and I was like being hyped up by the team that was just having to watch me, and I literally survived for 1 minute and 20 seconds all alone against 4 people. And then we switched to Ridden, and it was 4v4 again, and we almost killed them, dude. We were seconds away from killing the 4th guy. So my solo run as a cleaner almost won us the round. Almost killed him before time ran out. 3 people were down, and I was killing the last dude. He was just running away, and I was a tall boy, so I was chasing him down, smacking him, and then the time freaking ran up. But anyway, hopefully you guys got something out of these patch notes. I'm really looking forward to the holiday event, and I'm going to put my Nightmare grind on hold until this is actually released on the 16th to pick up there. It's been really freaking rough, but I did make an entire walkthrough in hard mode. We're just gonna call the old Nightmare hard mode until they come out with the new difficulty, which is probably gonna be the original Nightmare. I don't know, who knows. Hopefully they come out with new skins, because as much as I love the SWAT skins and have been looking forward to unlocking them all, the SWAT skin has definitely been devalued by the freaking exploiters and grenade dupers. I hate you all. Every time I come across one of you guys in the official Discords, I ban you. You come into my lobbies after I'm looking for a group, and you just start exploiting, and I call you out for it, and you don't stop. Freaking disrespectful. You're ruining the experience for everybody, and you devalued SWAT skins. Now every time someone sees a SWAT skin, they think you just cheated. I only have one, but I know a guy, okay? I know some people that have got some. One of my buddies, Calf, actually has every freaking SWAT skin, and he got it early November without exploiting a thing. Dude's a freaking god at this game. And you guys devalued that for him, man. You guys can all just be banned. I hope you all just, you're not gonna be able to make it. I mean, you might be able to make it in the new Nightmare, but like, you guys are trash, man. Anyway, I'm gonna get off that. Yeah. Anyway, you guys can see all the changes here. I'm not even reading. I'm just letting you guys kind of pause and read as you want and listen to me rant about dupers. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna catch you guys on the flip. I'm gonna keep the video running so you guys can read the rest of these little changes and bug fixes they made. But yeah, anyway, like I said, if you guys need any help with Nightmare mode, I am your man. All right, so just reach out or go to my playlist and watch us play through all that crap. I'll catch you guys on the flip flop.